Welcome to The Source, where we combine the headlines with in-depth conversations with the newsmakers themselves. Today on the program, authorities start its crackdown on the illegal use of number 8 car plates.
Kung nagpapatuloy po yung isang kongresista na sa pagkakongresista niya sa 17th Congress, iba na naman pong plaka yung ibibigay sa kanya.
This after a road rage incident involving the special license plate went viral.
Ang protocol po namin, binabalik po sa Office ng Secretary General ng Congress at yung Office po ng Secretary General, siya po nagbabalik sa LTO.
The House leadership also orders a recall of protocol plate number 8. LTO Law Enforcement and Service Director Francis Almora joins us live. And later, the DILG and the police want to change the storyline of a hit teleserye. But could this lead to censorship or creative freedom? Interior and Local Government Spokesperson Jonathan Malaya tells us more in the program. Thank you for joining us. I'm Pinky Webb. The Land Transportation Authority begins its crackdown on vehicles illegally using the special license plate number 8. This comes after a road rage incident in Pampanga involving a vehicle with the protocol plate went viral on social media. The LTO says that it did not issue additional license plates since the 16th Congress, while the House of Representatives appeals to its members to surrender the license plates. Let's go straight to the source of the story. Land Transportation Authority Law Enforcement Service Director Francis Almora. Director, welcome to the show. Good to have you again, sir.
Good morning.
All right, so let's get an update on the status of the number 8 plates. Let's clarify that.
For the protocol plate, number 8 is a protocol plate. This is issued to officials of the government that are qualified to use these plates. These are low-numbered plates. And with regards to the number 8 protocol plate, it is issued to the members of the House of Congress covering the period of their tenure in office. So the last issuance or production of plates under the protocol plate 8, it is for the 16th Congress. This is covering the years 2013 to 2016. So in effect, the effectivity or validity.
It's expired. It's expired, right,
already
sir?
Expired.
Napaso na siya because it's supposed to be from 2013 to 2016.
2016. Yes.
And then those who won as congressmen after 2016, kasi sir, sometimes hindi naman nalilito tayo sa 16th and 17th Congress. Yung nanalo ng 2016, you did not issue these protocol plates anymore.
Yes, for the 17th Congress, the current Congress, the 17th Congress, there is no protocol plate issued.
The congressmen and women who were elected 2016 to 2019, wala ho dapat silang protocol plates.
Yes.
Okay, let's just for the basis of understanding the protocol plates, what's the advantage, sir? Buti pa sa inyo na manggaling. Anong advantages of these protocol plates?
For protocol plates, it's just to identify the official, the one using it. That's the main advantage of having the protocol plate.
Are they exempt from the number coding scheme?
Well, for the number coding scheme, more or less they are exempted. But for the other transportation rules and regulation, they are not exempted, pursuant to the issuance.
So they must abide by the traffic laws
and regulations.
Rules and regulations, but they are exempt from not using their car one day in a week.
Yes.
Okay. Sir, so I know that there are a lot. We're talking about numbers 1 to actually 17. I'm just going to show this. Sir, ako na po magpapakita nito kasi maybe some people don't know. So obviously the 1 would be the president, and then number 2 would obviously be the vice president, and so on and so forth. No, I understand, of course, the 3rd would be the Senate president, the speaker. Then it goes down to here. And this is the trial court judges. Pati pala ang judges meron din, sir.
Yes, ma'am.
All right. Since when, sir? Parang ang tagal na ho nito, no?
Yes, but the issuance that we're using is actually Executive Order number 400 and the Executive number 400-A.
What does that mean?
This is an executive order.
Yeah, okay. All right. So now you're saying, is it clear, bawal na si number 8 ngayon?
Yes, considering that there was no series that was produced and released for the 17th Congress.
Who is supposed to apprehend these people using the number 8 plates?
Primarily, it's our office, the LTO, and of course, other law enforcement agencies like the HPG, even the MMDA is authorized to check on this.
Was there an issuance of a directive for the PNP, HPG, or the Highway Patrol Group, or the MMDA to start apprehending these people using the number 8 plates?
Most of the HPG personnel are deputized by the LTO. So any issuance of the LTO immediately becomes effective with the HPG.
Pero meron na pong directive.
Yes.
Naglabas na ho kayo.
Yes.
Binigay niyo na ho sa MMDA.
Meron na po.
Meron na rin po sila. In fact, I think it was yesterday or the other day in the Inquirer, I read that the HPG recently, they impounded a van near Naiya because ang sabi daw was that the driver was not able to produce the proper documents. Ano ho ba yung ipapakitang proper documents dapat, sir?
Usually, it is the endorsement of the Secretary General of Congress to the LTO requesting for the issuance of plate to particular motor vehicle. Actually,
Anong papakita nilang papel, sir? What are the proper documents that the HPG was looking for?
it's actually that one, ma'am.
That one, this from
Yes.
the SecGen.
And then, of course, the registration to prove that the plate issued is for that vehicle. The transfer of plate is prohibited.
So it means, sir, that there is going to be like a piece of paper that says ABC 123 it has been authorized to use a number 8 plate. Ganun ho ba yun?
Not necessarily that type, ma'am, but rather it is the endorsement of the Secretary General to LTO.
So dapat
That would
dala-dala
suffice.
nila yun palagi sa
Yes, ma'am.
kotse nila. Okay. Sir, maybe a question also is why just the number 8? Why, bakit sila lang po yung illegal ngayon? I understand because you said expired na po yung kanyang, parang napaso na po siya eh. Tapos na siya in 2016.
Yes.
Siguro maybe the question is, how about the rest? Let's say, number 17, number 14, Chief of Staff, Cabinet Undersecretaries, number 12.
The protocol plates are issued to an official for the duration of the tenure. So, for those officials who have whose tenure runs more than 3 years or until the retirement, like the judges, then they're qualified to use the protocol plate until their retirement. But for the congressmen, 8, it is for the duration of the tenure,
3 years.
which is 3 years. For the senators, it's also, but then the senators, we have different years of tenure.
6 years.
So it is different for the senators.
So let me ask you this, sir. During the time that Congresswoman Imelda Marcos, former First Lady Imelda Marcos, went to the Sandigan Bayan to post bail, she used this van which had a number 8 plate. I understand, obviously, that the Congresswoman is a Congresswoman now. But why does she have that 8 plate kung wala na po kayong ni-register or ipinamigay na number 8 plate during those who won during the 2016 elections?
Obviously, the plate used by Congresswoman Imelda Marcos is issued for the previous Congress. And considering that she won, probably this was not removed from the motor vehicle and they continued using it.
I understand that. Does that make it legal?
It's not.
Hindi pa rin. Even if you won after 2016 from the previous year na meron kayong number 8 plate, you cannot use that anymore beginning 2016 thereon.
Yes, ma'am, because the year of tenure is actually indicated in the plate.
Is the LTO, HPG, or MMDA planning to take that van, sir?
We'll refer
Or
that to
impound
the.
that van?
Of course, ma'am, we have. It's already that particular instance is already finished. So we don't know if
Baka
that
natanggal
van
na.
is still using that plate.
After media saw
Yes.
that. Okay, so it's clear, sir. So for us who will see a number 8 plate, it's just very easy to understand. it's illegal. Ganun na
Yes,
lang po.
ma'am. You could consider it illegal at this point.
And then let's very briefly talk about that road rage incident, sir. There was, of course, a side of this singer who gave his side also on DZMM. Ano? But over and above that is why, did you find out why the singer was using the number 8 plate, sir, dun sa road rage incident?
That's part of the police investigation. However, they refused to explain why they're using that plate. Although there's another claim that this plate came with the vehicle. Unfortunately, it would not appear that way based on the history of registration of that motor vehicle.
Where is the investigation leading you into why he had the number 8 plate?
Until now, we are waiting for the result of the PNP investigation.
Okay, so sir, number 8, again, that's illegal, very clear. HPG, MMDA are authorized to impound. Or what if they show the SecGen's letter? Pwede ba muna silang let them go and just tell them that, please, tanggalin nyo na yung number 8 plate na yan?
Actually, that's what we also do.
Warning muna.
We also give due respect to the congressman, especially if he's an incumbent congressman now. We give due deference to the authority of the Congress.
But won't the MMDA or the HPG be intimidated to flag down a number 8 vehicle?
In some instances, ma'am, yes. Because it would not just be easy to flag down a motor vehicle with that plate number 8.
Yeah.
So there's that part, ma'am, but then we still do our job.
Okay, very quickly though, I understand that Congressman Toby Tiangco said, dapat wala na kasi itong gantong mga plaka sinasabi ni Congressman Toby Tiangco. Do you support that, sir?
Well, ma'am, we always defer to the wisdom of Congress because they're the ones who request for it, and we just issue it. We just issue. In LTO, we'll just issue.
What is your personal take on that? Are you for it or against it, these protocol plates?
Oh.
You invoke your right against self-incrimination. Sir, backlog ng mga plaka.
For the backlog of plates, the current production of LTO on the plate-making plant of LTO, we had completed all those from July 2016 up to July 2017. In the other areas outside of NCR, we had actually completed up to December 2017. In NCR, we had released up to July 2017. Production now is ongoing, and we hope to release up to October soon. And to stop this backlog already, there's already a process in LTO. It's like moving forward, wherein before the motor vehicle is released in Metro Manila, Region 3 and 4A, they already have, or we installed already the plate number.
All right. Thank you to LTO Law Enforcement Service Director Francis Almora. Sir, maraming salamat po sa inyo.
Thank you po.
This is The Source on CNN Philippines. Still to come, is it about time to change the history of ang probinsyano's Cardo Dalisay? DILG spokesman Jonathan Malaya tells us more after the break. You're watching The Source on CNN Philippines. Interior and local government is open to having a dialogue with the producers of the hit teleserye Ang Probinsyano. This after the DILG and the Philippine National Police floated the idea of a possible legal action over the TV drama due to its negative portrayal of the PNP. But artists and lawmakers react, saying that the series is pure fiction and the move could lead to censorship of creative freedom. Also, the proposal to extend martial law in Mindanao moves forward, and will the DILG order the release of narco list ahead of the 2019 elections? Let's go straight to the source of the story. DILG spokesman, Assistant Secretary Jonathan Malaya. Asek, you're excited to talk about this?
No, I'm not. No, I'm not. This is
Okay.
But thank you very much for having me
Yeah,
here.
let's understand the issue. Of course, there are always two sides to this. It started with, how I remember it, was that PNP Chief Oscar Albayalde unhappy with the plot of Ang Probinsyano. And then, DILG Secretary, also Eduardo Año, likewise dismayed. It was reported very recently that the DILG was planning to file, or considering filing legal action against the producers of Ang Probinsyano. Why and when will this happen?
Well, first and foremost, no. This is really a very funny topic, no?
Why?
No, because people have a lot of opinions about it,
Yeah.
and saying that we're curtailing freedom of expression, this is censorship. But this is essentially about the DILG protecting the image of an institution. And we're talking about a law enforcement agency. And I'm sure, Pinky, you'd agree with me that in terms of law enforcement, if you're a government agency that doing law enforcement, credibility is very important, because you don't get people to follow you, or you don't get to implement the law simply because you have a gun. The image is very important, and we in the DILG have been working very hard to remove all scalawag cops, to do a one-strike policy against all of the police officers who are involved in illegal activities. And it just so happened that this is a very hit show, and a lot of police officers have been complaining that they have been unfairly depicted here. It's a grossly inaccurate portrayal of what reality is. And that's when this whole brouhaha started.
But you said it. What did you say? The police officers were complaining about this.
The grossly inaccurate portrayal.
That's it, portrayal, because it's fiction, sir. It's hindi po ito totoo. In fact, when ABS begins, I believe, there's a disclaimer already pag umpisa pa lang ng
Yes.
programa. So sinasabi ng hindi totoo,
Yeah.
hindi ito ang realidad. Basically, that's what they're saying.
And we can recognize that.
Okay.
So when we watch the show, we expect a fictional law enforcement agency as well.
Not the PNP, is that what you're saying?
Yes, because when you watch the show, I did my own research as well. I don't watch the show, okay, to be perfectly honest, but I was forced to.
Gagalit yung mga fans ni Cardo sa'yo.
Because I'm just being honest. Because I had to know the topic. So I went back, and I've seen snippets of the show, and whenever there's a reportage, they have this fictional reporter. They don't use ABS-CBN, GMA, CNN. They have this fictional news agency, number one. Number two, when Cardo joined this communist group in the mountains,
Vendetta. Sir.
they didn't use the CPP-NPA. They used Pulang Araw. Okay? But when it's about the Philippine National Police, they used the entire shebang. They used the logo, the uniform, the firearm, the ranks, the insignia, all the characteristics of a police.
Are you saying that if the vendetta was called the NPA, it would be okay?
Well, I'm just saying that they should be consistent. When you claim that it's a work of fiction, it has to be entirely a work of fiction. What I'm saying is, their disclaimer doesn't give everybody the entire picture. So if it's a work of fiction indeed, then we have no problem with that, because we will never stifle creative freedom.
Okay.
I will be the first. The DILG will be the first person to say, hello, we are not scriptwriters. We have a lot of problems in the DILG. We'd rather not work on this.
So now they're saying, ang dami niyong problema, pinoproblema niyo pa yung ang probinsya, no?
Because the image of the, as I said in the beginning, credibility is very important. And we're not saying there are no bad eggs, but we have been very relentless in our internal cleansing campaign. Kahit po yung mga natutulog na pulis, pinupuntahan namin sa gabi at ginigising namin at tinatanggal.
Okay.
That's how serious we are.
So, you made a point, sir, no, that I'd like to highlight. Ginamit ang PNP, ginamit ang uniforme ng PNP. Ngayon, nung si Cardo, naging, when naging parang rebelde siya, no? Vendetta, nandun siya sa grupo ng Vendetta, hindi ito tinawag na NPA. And what were the other elements that you mentioned na dapat, parang, ang sinasabi niyo kasi, kung nag-PNP ka, dapat nag-NPA ka. Ganun na, parang ganun yun.
Kasi the disclaimer said, ito ay kathang isip. Ito lahat ay kathang isip, which means pure fiction.
Yes.
In fact, it's not. There are elements of it which are true. And we can see the CIDG logo. Even the Public Attorney's Office, they also made a comment that their logo was used, their name was used. So, my suggestion to the scriptwriters of our Provinciano is this. Number one, if they wish to continue with this plot, they'd create a fictional law enforcement agency.
Don't use the PNP also logo.
Don't use the PNP.
Don't use the PNP uniform.
Yeah, they have, I'm sure, layout artists there, creative people, because this is a top-rating show. They have all the best minds there. Create their own. Call it the Philippine State Police for all I care. Because with that, then it's entirely a work of fiction. Because if you start using the logo and the characteristics of the Philippine National Police, that's against the law.
But you mentioned this, sir, no? I think this came from you, Article 179 of the Revised Penal Code.
Yes.
The penalty for arresto mayor, jail time of from 1 month to 1 day to 6 months. shall be imposed on any person who shall publicly and improperly make use of insignia, uniforms, or dress pertaining to an office not held by such a person or to a class of persons of which he is not a member. Is it right to use this? Because again, it's as if you're referring this to the show, and the show is saying, teleserye po ito. Tama ho, does this apply there to the teleserye?
Well, our lawyers have told us it applies because any person who utilizes, even if it's for example, you're a friend. I'm a police officer, and I have a Type C uniform, the one with the blue and the police. I give it to a friend of mine. And that friend of mine, ginamit niya. Pwede po siyang arestuhin.
Definitely. Kasi nga, hindi naman kasali sa teleserye yung kaibigan mo na gumamit ng uniform. There's still the fact that this is a teleserye.
Okay.
So I'm not sure, sir, if that's why I was asking you, does this Article 179 of the revised penal code apply to them, to the show Ang Probinsyano?
Well, I've been assured that it applies. If it doesn't apply, there's an executive order which prohibits the use of insignias and everything. So we have the legal basis for this.
Does it say in TV or in movies, sir?
I'm not sure if it does say, but it prohibits a person from if a person who is not authorized to do so. So even if it's in a television show and there was no authority given by the Philippine National Police, that would apply. But here, Pinky, let me just emphasize. I just mentioned this because when this whole brouhaha erupted, people were asking, what's your legal basis? We really had no intention of saying that, they're violating the law. Yeah. It was more of an appeal. Okay. When PNP
so let's
chief,
clear that. You're appealing to them, ganun ho ba now? Are you appealing to them?
When PNP Chief Albayalde mentioned this, his first statement was, give a little respect to the PNP. That was the statement. The second statement by the secretary was he was dismayed. And when he was dismayed, all of people were saying, "Oh, this is a stifling of the creative expression. This is a violation of the Constitution. This is censorship," which we are not in any way imposing on the storyline. They can proceed. No?
Yeah.
They
Palitan nyo lang yung PNP.
Palitan nyo lang yung PNP, gawan nyo ng paraan because tulungan nyo naman yung gobyerno. Hirap na nga kami pabanguhin ang imahe ng Philippine National Police. These police officers are putting their lives on the line. It is unfair to the 200,000 members of the police force who are doing their jobs.
Okay, we'll be taking a short break. This is the source on CNN Philippines. We'll be right back. So, watching the source on CNN Philippines, our guest today, DILG spokesperson Jonathan Malaya. Sir, so si PNP chief doon sa Ang Probinsyano masama.
Yes.
So baka lang, sir, sinasabi onion skinned naman tong si PNP chief Oscar Albayalde.
Well, I cannot speak for him. I just speak for the DILG. What we're saying is, we are not in any way telling them what to do. What we're telling them, and I was forced to raise this issue.
That's not fair. You are telling them what to do, sir, because you're telling them to change the PNP.
What we're doing here is we're drawing a line. They can do whatever they want to do, just don't go beyond the line because there are laws that could have been violated. And when people started raising the issue of censorship, that's when we did our research, that we have a legal leg to stand on.
See Article 179 of the revised
and of course the executive order.
And the executive order, which you're telling me you're not sure if it even pertains to television or movies.
I think it does, but I'm not a lawyer, so I'm not going to
Sir,
make that.
Another question. 3 taon na ang Probinsyano. Bakit ngayon lang daw?
Alam mo, nung simula, actually hanggang ngayon madaming pulis nanonood niyan. Nung simula, I remember yung mga police escorts na mga boss namin nagpapaalam pa.
Para manood.
Manood na po kami ng Cardo, sir, pwede po ba kami mawala muna sandali? They really love the show. But, I don't want to talk about the merits of the show, okay? But, it has gone, I think it has gone to an extent na hindi na po acceptable sa kapulisan.
So you're saying, sir, na parang nung una gusto nila, pero parang sumobra na, ganun ba?
Yes, overblown.
So, na-hurt, ganun ba? Is it fair to say?
Yes.
Nasasaktan sila?
And according to Secretary Anyo, it's causing some demoralization in the ranks of the PNP.
Is that true, sir?
Yeah, because this is a top-rating show.
Yeah,
even your staff here watches it.
Of course.
Diba? And we want your staff to be law-abiding citizens. So how can they abide with the law?
But I guess really the question is, it's fiction. When do you actually draw the line? Telling, people that hindi to totoo tapos to the point na nasasaktan na isang grupo dahil sa ganitong portrayal. Dalawa po kasi talaga yung panic dito na kailangan intindihin. All right. Moving forward though, I want to say this though. What happens to, other other teleseries, even abroad, the House of Cards, who depict a president a certain way, hindi din maganda ang kanilang... Wala naman nagko-complain. Tapos ito na naman, ang DILG and PNP.
No, sa totoo lang, Pinky, wala naman talaga kaming planong, ang daming shows dyan na hindi naman talaga namin pinapansin. Because we have a lot of stuff to do.
Okay.
But it just so happened that, there's this sentiment among the police officers about how they're being portrayed. And I think it's incumbent upon the DILG to protect the men,
Sir,
that's our job. So, the creative people are saying that's their position. This is
Okay.
our position. So, we're now having a dialogue with them. That's
Okay, tell us more about that.
We are. And it's happening very soon. Ayoko lang sabihin kasi, it's gonna be a circus there. So we're meeting with them. They called us up.
Okay.
As soon as we mentioned the secretary, as soon as we mentioned to the media that the secretary was dismayed, they called us up immediately.
Okay.
And they are actually stopping filming for a day so that the producers and the writers of the show can meet with us.
So, ano muna? Ang tawag dito, ano muna kayo? Ceasefire.
It's a constructive meeting.
So, it happens today, the meeting?
No, it's not.
Tomorrow?
This week. It's happening this week.
Okay.
And we are meeting with the executives of ABS-CBN. So
Okay.
we look forward
All right.
because when they called us, they said, let's talk about it. Maybe we can come
Yeah.
to some sort. But Pinky, this is not the first meeting. PNP met with them prior last month. So this is the continuation of that meeting. And I hope that with this meeting, something will come, there will be a meeting of minds between
So,
the
yung
two.
legal action na pinag-uusapan, kalimutan muna yun ngayon, sir.
I think so because now we're meeting. Okay?
Good luck, sir. I hope
Thank you
that,
so much, yeah.
of course, ang probinsyano, the DILG, magkaintindihan at hindi naman masira din yung plot nung teleserye that so many people are watching, sir.
Yeah,
Of course,
yeah.
you have a reaction from Senator Grace Poe. You also have a reaction from Attorney Macalintal. So, sige, let's see, sir. Maybe you can give us an update when you meet this Wednesday or Thursday, no?
Yes.
All right,
yes.
Wednesday or Thursday. Thank you.
I guess we have time to talk about federalism and the other more important topics.
Sir, no, there will be another time to talk about that. We will invite you again because, we had Senator Marrojas very recently saying, that's double taxation, double layer of everything. It's good to talk about that again another time. Maraming salamat po sa inyo.
But this is a more important topic, so it's fine. It's fine with me.
It's very important to a lot of people, actually, especially to the fans of Ang Probinsyano and, of course, to the PNP.
Yes.
Both sides, sir. Thank
Yes.
you. The DILG spokesperson, Jonathan Malaya. Thank you for joining us here on The Source. I'm Pinky Webb. You're watching CNN Philippines.